Beneath Detroit, more than 1,000 feet below the surface, there is an active salt mine stretching for miles under the city. Most people who live there never think about it. Traffic moves above. Skyscrapers stand. Stadiums fill. Neighborhoods expand and contract. And far below, trucks move through corridors carved out of solid rock salt. If you're interested in documented Great Lakes history that most people overlook, subscribe before we start, because this isn't urban legend. It's geology, industry, and time layered beneath a modern city. In 1895, a well was drilled in Detroit in search of natural gas. Instead of gas, the drill hit rock salt, thick layers of it. That salt was not random. It was part of the Michigan Basin, a massive geological formation created hundreds of millions of years ago when an inland sea covered much of the Midwest. When that sea evaporated, it left behind mineral deposits, including vast beds of salt. Over time, sediment buried those deposits deep underground. In Detroit, the salt layer turned out to be unusually thick. In some places, hundreds of feet thick. By the early 1900s, mining operations began. A vertical shaft was drilled more than 1,000 feet down. Elevators were installed. Equipment followed. Workers began descending into what would become one of the largest underground salt mining systems in North America. The mine operates using a method called room and pillar mining. Large rectangular chambers are carved out of the salt. Between those chambers, massive square pillars of untouched salt are left behind. Those pillars hold up the ceiling and the layers of rock and earth above, including the city itself. From above, if the ground were transparent, the mine would look like a grid, a geometric checkerboard beneath Detroit. Today, the underground mine covers more than 1,500 acres. In some areas, ceilings rise nearly 20 feet high. Trucks drive through wide corridors. Conveyor systems move crushed salt toward processing areas. Industrial lighting illuminates tunnels that extend for miles. It does not resemble a cave system. It resembles infrastructure. The temperature underground remains relatively stable, hovering around 60 degrees Fahrenheit. Ventilation systems circulate air. Water is carefully managed. Structural integrity is constantly monitored. Above ground, daily life continues without interruption. One of the most common questions people ask is whether it's safe. The answer, according to engineers and mining experts, is yes within the design limits of the room and pillar system. The pillars left behind are calculated to support the weight above. Movement is monitored. Large-scale collapse beneath Detroit has not occurred, but the idea still unsettles people, because when you realize that miles of open chambers exist beneath the city, your sense of permanence shifts slightly. Most of the salt mined in Detroit is not for food. It is industrial-grade rock salt, primarily used for road de-icing across the Midwest. During winter, when highways are coated with salt to prevent ice buildup, some of that material may have originated beneath Detroit itself. Ancient seabed turned to stone, stone brought to the surface, spread across frozen pavement. There is something circular about it. Over the decades, stories have grown around the mine. Rumors of secret tunnels, government storage facilities, hidden networks connecting buildings. There is no verified evidence that the salt mine serves those purposes. It is an industrial operation. Its scale makes it feel mysterious, but its function is practical. Still, scale changes perception. Detroit is a city known for visible transformation, automotive innovation, economic booms, industrial decline, reinvention. But beneath all of it lies something older than industry. Salt formed hundreds of millions of years ago, long before cities, before the Great Lakes as we know them, before human history in the region. When miners descend into the shaft each day, they are not just going underground. They are entering deep time. That layering prehistoric ocean beneath modern skyscrapers is what gives the story its weight. Not secrecy, not conspiracy, depth. The mine continues to operate today. Salt continues to be extracted. Winter continues to demand it. At some point in the future, the deposit will thin. Extraction will slow. The underground chambers will remain. What happens then is still unwritten. Some underground mines elsewhere have been repurposed for storage. Others have been sealed. Some have flooded. For now, beneath Detroit, the work continues quietly. Miles of carved corridors, massive pillars holding up the earth, an industrial landscape most residents will never see. If you want more documented Great Lakes history, industrial, environmental, and overlooked, subscribe. Some stories sit in plain sight, others sit 1,000 feet below it.